I'm fully committed.
That shit happens.
What, a lot of people trying to call you right now?
Oh yeah, no. I was just joking because you know when you're about to do something very important, people just start calling you out of nowhere.
Yeah.
He's one of those people. He like has this innate sense. It's not purposeful, but
Really?
it's just so funny how the universe works. You know what I mean? Because I have to pick up his phone call. It's not like I can just not pick up his phone call. It's my business partner.
Yeah. How long you guys been going for?
Man, it's been a little over 2 years. You know, we had a spot off La Brea and San Vicente and stuff. It was called 1031 Studios.
Uh-huh.
You know, and then we moved the audio lounge over here, and you know, we've been rocking. Honestly, you know, I'm really proud of his growth and a lot of the other business ventures he's been involved with. You know.
Yeah. How'd you guys originally get linked up?
My boy MC. So I got my boy Ghetto Rich MC, man. He was working with Groovy over at 1031, and he was like, "Hey, man, you know, we got the studio out in LA. You should come check it out." You know what I mean? I feel like, you know, it'd be a good spot for you. And then things started going from there. You know what I mean? And
So you ran the studio and you were just gonna rap at it?
no, he ran the studio first.
Oh,
And I'm a producer, engineer, artist as well.
okay.
So it's like a joint venture. It became a joint venture.
So you're like on both sides of the business.
Yeah.
So you'll like own the studio and rap and stuff?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
All right. See, well, this is going to be a good podcast then,
Yes,
because,
sir,
you know, I feel like a lot of kids or just a lot of people in general that are trying to make it, you know, need some real in the field knowledge.
Right.
And you guys are in the field. You know, I'd like to introduce, these are actually, so basically, we're in this building with a bunch of different studios, and these guys are damn near my neighbors. So that's how I met them, and, you know, long story short, we're here now. So
Yes, sir.
welcome to the podcast, guys.
Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you very much, man. It's a pleasure to be here.
No, because I just think it's like, all right, you come across certain people in life, right? And, you know, maybe it's just like, usually you never see people again. But I came across you, our paths crossed at least twice on separate occasions.
Right.
And then probably another one here, seeing you here. So I'm just like, all right, man, this guy's out here in the mix, trying to get shit done, and I could appreciate that, and it's kind of motivating, you know what I'm saying? So
I appreciate that, man. And I keep it real, bro. Like, it's sometimes it be hard to like show people and educate people on where, like, how to keep going. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people ask me, like, you're doing this, like, what makes you keep going? And it's like, sometimes I be feeling like I'm on autopilot, bro. I keep it real. Like, it don't even feel like I'm forcing this shit no more. You feel me? Like, at one point I was forcing it. I was forcing being an artist. I was forcing trying to have a studio. And, like, this was before all my other business ventures. You feel me? I was just forcing those two. But when I started, like, taking a step back and, like, realizing, like, okay, all I really have to do is be me. Like, everything else is going to fall intact. You feel me? Like, just keep working, be me. And then it was, like, everything really started, like, happening. Like, even meeting him, bro, like, I keep it real. When we met each other, it wasn't the best, like, time in my life. Like, I just opened up a business, but, like, when you open up a business, you spend a lot of money, you feel me? So I spent a lot of money, plus I spent personal money, you feel me? So I was just already, like, swallowed by being a business owner by 20 years old, you feel me? And then we started rocking with each other, and then it was, like, our first couple months, bro, we almost fought. I keep it real. Like, I'm calling this nigga a bitch ass nigga. He calling me a bitch ass nigga. Like, we finna literally fight, bro. And really what kept us going, I tell you, is like we had the same, like, mindset, bro. Like, even though we two different people, we had the same goal. Like, bro, we just want this studio to make sense. You feel me? And, like, ever since then, like, I tell you, bro, a lot of shit been, like, just happening. Like, even me meeting you, bro, it just happened. You feel me? It wasn't, like, nothing forced. Wasn't nothing like that. And then it's crazy too, because, like, our names kind of close, bro. Like, yours is Trevor, mine's is Trayvon. So when I read yours, it's like my name, but with the R, like, just the N is, like, low-key missing some shit. You feel me? So I don't know, it's just kind of crazy how we met each other.
Yeah, because I mean, I could relate to you guys too in that sense, where it's like maintaining a studio, trying to run a business. Like, the shit is stressful, you know? And people kind of glamorize, like, running your own business and, like, you know, they think it's fun, which at the end of the day, like, we're doing something we love, but also too, it's like, yeah, you got those circumstances or times where you're, you know, almost fighting with your business partner, or, you know, you're trying to figure out how we're going to pay rent the next month, or, you know, you guys were dealing with a flood downstairs?
Yes, sir.
Multiple times.
Yeah, see, I feel
it wasn't just one time.
I feel lucky because, you know, I've been upstairs.
And we had that mass power outage last year. I'm thinking they're probably gonna have one again this year. So,
bro,
it's usually a holiday thing over here, you know.
So the whole studio flooded?
No, not the studio. The whole hallway.
Wow.
So from the hallway from that back bathroom all the way through to almost our studio, it flooded somebody else's studio, but not ours. Luckily, but yeah, I just came out one time and somebody was like, "Bro, the hallway's flooded." I'm like, "What are you talking about?" Like, I'm in the middle of a session, you know, we got talent in the booth right now, and I'm in the middle of mixing. I do have time to attend to it, but my focus is not there.
Yeah.
I go out into the hallway, I'm like, holy shit, you know what I mean? It's like a great amount of water coming from the ceiling, and it flooded all the way from the bathroom to about like a yard away from our door. So it was one of those things where it's like, for now, just don't use the bathroom. You know, we try to call property management, you know how that goes, without having to disclose anything else. But I feel like, you know, learning how to ride through the punches and the blows, you know, as a business owner, and then having to work with your partner is ideal, you know, and it's important. You know, and that's one thing I learned a lot from Groovy is just communication, accountability, accepting each other's faults, understanding where you went wrong in certain circumstances, and having the respect and the humility to vocalize that, and to also humble yourself and understand that you can't solve everything by yourself. You need a good team around you. And, you know, you're only as good as the worst on your team.
Yeah.
So if you're not investing in building the people around you, then you're only as strong as your weakest link. And that's one thing I learned from working with Groovy, man, is those character traits, and then the resilience to keep going. You know, when I first met him, he was far from the person he is today. You know what I mean? Sure. He had the ambition, he had the drive, and he had the heart, but he didn't have the discipline that he has now. He doesn't have the drive and the means to be at where he needs to be at, and the commitment to whatever he puts his mind to. You know, he was still in flux, you know, going off of, oh, this is a great idea to come over here and do this, or this is another great idea, and just trying to make shit work.
Yeah.
Now he's at the point to where before I even take on something, it has to make sense front to back, you know. And
I feel like that comes with experience, right? Taking those L's, you know what I'm saying, ironing out the kinks in the process, you know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
Right.
And hold on, before we even continue, we didn't introduce your guys' names, right? So this is Groovy.
Yes, sir.
And
it's a Cito.
And you guys,
we on the audio lounge, you feel me? And I keep it real. Everybody call me Groovy, and they call me a lot of things. They call me a master of many. I keep it real, but I do a lot, and I'm just trying to make sure like the whole city eat, bro. And one thing about me is like I don't claim just one city, bro. Like I lived all through LA, bro. Like all up and down, like Carson, Lakewood, fucking Linwood, Gardena, you feel me? Even up to the valley. So it's like I want to make sure everybody I know eat at some point, you know? So it's like I'm just trying to I learned one thing, and it's like you got to build up yourself in order to build up others, you feel me? So I'm definitely working on that, is like building up myself. So it's like all the people I really care about, you feel me, they built up alongside of me. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah, that's Groovy. And this is my business partner, C2. You feel me? He's really known. You get me? Like he done a lot of work for a lot of artists, and I would say he really crafted artists too, like including myself. Like my last album that just dropped, he was helping me sing that motherfucker. You get what I'm saying? Like I already had laid down the tracks and shit myself, but it didn't have like everything it has now. You feel me? Because he like brought another presence out of me, helping me sing that shit for real.
Yeah, like it's one thing to make raps, it's a different thing to make a song.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
And I feel like that's also too, you know, knowledge you understand and realize by doing it, and by like just being in the studio, putting in those hours and shit.
Yeah.
Right.
I feel like you guys got a lot of hours put in, huh?
Yeah.
Definitely.
Are you guys both from LA or from the Southern California region?
Yeah.
Definitely.
You know, I was born in Long Beach, and I've been all around, you know, Southern California, all the way from Long Beach out here to moving out to Hollywood. You know, I was living in San Diego for a little bit. You know, had a recording studio out there, and you know, I'm very familiar with a lot of the scenes out here in Southern California. So my main objective right now is just trying to create a good infrastructure as far as recording studios in which artists come in, they can be themselves. They're in a low pressure environment, but with, you know, high pressure standards. You know, if you know what I mean. Like, we have the comfortability to be sensitive, but we have the conviction and the discipline to create a, you know, a quality product.
Sure.
So, you know, like he was saying, you know, my big thing is just, if I'm asked to do if I'm asked to, you know, executive produce or produce on a project versus just being an engineer, you know, and artist wants my input, then definitely I put my all into it. Whether it's, you know, songwriting, whether it's just, you know, contributing melodic lines, or hey, you know, you need to work on your diction, or hey, you need to really hit this pitch this way, you know, like open up your mouth, smile, you know, a lot of different vocal techniques that I've learned, you know, in school, and not even just in school, but just from being around professional musicians and vocalists and stuff. So, you know, my goal is to like bridge the gap between, you know, inner city youth who don't have the access to those kind of resources, and giving them a platform in which they can be able to, you know, breathe their creativity in a safe environment. Yeah, and that's what the Audio Lounge represents, you know, comfortability and quality.
Did you guys want to make music first, or did you guys always want to be in the music business?
I keep it real for me, bro. Like, it was like, as a kid, I had the hoop dreams, you feel me? Like, I wanted to be like Kobe, you feel me? And then after not being tall enough, I was like, no, fuck it, I want to do football. And then it was like, I was playing football high school year. I think around junior year, I was like, yeah, nah, this not for me, you feel me? So I was already smoking weed, and I was already like rapping in my head, but I wasn't like saying, like, I never went to a studio, you feel me? So I think it was like 10th or 11th grade year, like I went to my first studio, and from there it just felt natural, bro. Like, I felt like this was that one thing, you feel me? Like, I don't know, as a kid, like, teachers used to always ask me, like, what do you want to do? And then I'd tell them, like, football, basketball player, and then they'll say, well, what if your legs break and you got to choose something else, you feel me? And I feel like music was that one, like, this what I'm gonna do, like, even if my legs break, I can still do this shit.
So what made you start like owning studios though, and get more behind the scenes? Because I feel like that's kind of an important part in like wanting to maintain that dream that some artists don't really want to get into, where it's like, for example, I want to make videos, or I wanted to do YouTube or whatever,
right?
And so I got into like shooting music videos, or when, you know, we couldn't smoke weed on YouTube anymore, so it's just like finding different avenues to keep that dream going, and like to get to the end goal, you know. And I think you guys kind of get it on that end, where it's like, yeah, you guys also make the art, but also having the foundation of like being able to create the art in a sense where it's like, I got equipment, tools, technical skills. Like, you could forever be paid in the music industry just by that knowledge itself, because you know, it's like, I always say, it's like during the gold rush, a lot of people came to fucking San Francisco trying to find gold, and some dudes got rich, but a lot of dudes got rich by selling the tools to the miners, you know what I'm saying? Because that's like that's longevity bread, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm just kind of fascinated at that point. Like, when did that shit click for y'all?
For me, at least, I've always had that in mind. You know, even at a very young age, I've always been a hustler. You know what I mean? You know, when I was like even 8th grade, freshman year of high school, I was already selling weed. You know what I mean? And I've always had this drive of like, okay, where is this going towards? And I've always been fascinated with music. You know, it's always been my escape. You know, even growing up as a child, and, you know, my parents going through a divorce and everything, that was the only thing that really kept my mind off of, you know, this dysfunction in my life, you know what I'm saying? And for me, you know, I went to school, you know, even when I was in high school, I took recording arts classes. And, you know, even after school, I was in and out of community college, you know. There are some classes that I took 5 times, you know, literally music classes I took 5 times. And failed them multiple times, just because my schedule was, you know, me going late night driving all the way up to this recording session, or being out with the homeboys and I gotta, you know, make this beat for so and so and so and so. So for me, it was always with the intention of like, hey, look, this is what I love. This is what it takes for me to be able to do what I love. I don't want to be in a position where I can't record my own music. I don't want to pay recording studios this money if I can spend this money on myself. So I'm going to utilize whatever resources that I have to create my own ecosystem. Because then when I have that ecosystem, then whoever I want to help out or whoever wants to invest in me, I can be able to provide them a service. And it just multiplied after that. You know, the law of attraction sort of came into play. I started meeting more people and meeting more people and meeting more people. You know, I got burnt on a lot of situations. You know, I got a lot of people that, you know, took my time for granted and some of the services I took for granted. I just sort of brush it off real quick and don't take it personal, because that's sort of what comes with the game. You know, you're going to take those losses and you're going to learn a lot more from them than the times that you actually did make an impact. And for me, even into now, it's like I have my dream and I have my goal, you know, regardless of if I reach this level or, oh, if I don't get a Grammy or if I don't get a gold plaque or if I don't get this, you know, that doesn't really stop me. I feel like even if I were to pass away today, I've fulfilled a great deal of my purpose on this planet, just to be able to make it past those barriers and also be able to uplift so many people, you know, that I've interacted with and made an impression, a visible impression on them and in their lives, you know, because a lot of the people that I've worked with come from such traumatic backgrounds that this music is the only thing that's keeping them from going back to the projects, going back to the set, going back to the streets. Being in this studio has literally saved people's lives, not being outside at a certain time. And then they get in a phone call like, damn, bro, we just lost a homie, bro. You see what I'm saying? That people don't understand, like, a lot of what these artists and a lot of these rappers really go through and what they speak about in this music is a reflection of the childhood trauma and the impact that it's had on them. And that's why I've hold a lot of this music that we do, even if it's not music that I might personally listen to, that I hold it in such high regard and esteem, because it's really a window into somebody's life. You know, regardless of their skill level, regardless of how poppin' they are, or if they're noticed right now. You know, look at Edgar Allan Poe. You know, he wasn't noticed in his lifetime, and he's considered one of the greatest writers in Western literature. Yeah. So, you know, that's how I view it.
Not too many people know that. Edgar Allan Poe. Look him up if you don't know, bro.
The Raven. He died broke and depressed.
All right, so let me ask you this: you guys run a studio.
Yeah.
How do you tell someone that their song sucks?
That's a good question.
I don't really tell them that their song sucks.
Would you tell them? I mean, because look, it's like at the end of the day, it's like art is an expression. You know, you're making a song in its expression. But also, too, it's like there's this commercial aspect where it's like, all right, you could be expressing it, but it's like, are you trying
I'm not going to lie. I don't really tell people that their song sucks, but I really tell them what they need to work on.
And I think that's like a form of like different level of friendship if I could really critique you. You know what I'm saying? Because some people, especially when it comes about art or their own art, they can't take their own critiques.
For sure.
Or they can't take critiques on their shit, you know?
I think for me, it's all about creating the connection first, from the first interaction. Like if I know I'm going to be in the studio with you and we're working on this, like I get on a phone call with clients generally. Like you don't really book me anonymously. It's usually like, hey, I do a follow-up call. Hey, what are we going to be working on today? Do you have the beat ready? What kind of style are you going for? Like I go through a little checklist in my mind of like, what am I walking into this situation with? Whether it's they send me some SoundCloud references. Some people just got a band lab that they send me some, you know, rough track. And it's funny because I feel like artists that come around and they quote unquote, maybe they might suck before they come into the audio lounge. When they get into the room with me, I bring the best out of them. So I don't run into that conversation as much anymore. You know, I'm able to tell them like, hey, maybe you need a little bit more breast support here. Hey, maybe we should just punch in right here. Hey, you know, in reality, yeah, it might be that, but I don't think it's really that. You know, my input sort of comes into the play and they come out with a happy product. They're like, dang, like I didn't even know that I can make something that sounds like that. I used to run into those problems before, you know. I've had artists that, you know, like I look back on today and I'm like, damn, I really recorded that. It's cringe as fuck. Super cringe. Like I don't even want to talk about it.
But I mean, so you're not going to record like shitty artists? I mean, it's like a give and take of like running your studio, right? Where it's like, but also creating something that you want to believe in. So it's like you kind of find yourself torn sometimes where it's like, damn, like this guy's hitting me up for the studio again. He fucking sucks, but
I put myself
need
in their
that bread
shoes.
right now to keep this shit going.
I've been there though. I've been the shitty artist. I've been the artist that people don't give a fuck about. I've been the artist that people tell me that you suck. So I put myself in their shoes and I understand, like, you know what, maybe this person just needs an opportunity. Be a little bit more open-minded. Like, yeah, he might suck right now, but watch, if he commits himself for the next 2 to 3 years, he might blow up on you, and you're gonna look at yourself like a dumbass because you chose not to believe in somebody, and that's fucked up.
Yeah, because I mean, I feel like too. It's like, I mean, shit. If I'm a beat maker or a producer, it's like I'm not turning down anyone. It's like, come on, man, you want to create some shit, and you know you're gonna pay for some studio time. Like, let's do it. You know, like I would always be incentivized to create some shit if I'm a beat maker or whatever, or a rapper or anything like that, because it's just like, all right, you're actually taking the time to invest in your, not only yourself, but your craft too, you know?
Learn, yeah.
Cause dude, I shoot music videos, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, you could, like, music videos are a whole different monster of like kind of dealing with similar bullshit I'm sure you guys would deal with.
Cringe, you guys think about lighting, setting, where everything is at.
Also too, just the type of clients though too, where it's just like they kind of, like, I feel like it's important to work with artists who kind of treat it like art.
Yes.
And have a sense of direction and know where
just some sort of deeper understanding of why I'm doing this. You know, and I feel like you guys could deal with those same frustrations working with an artist who it doesn't really click for them. It's like they don't necessarily care about what they're saying. They're just trying to be on. Like, I'm trying to get rich. And I feel like that's kind of like conflicting when it's like, all right, like, what do you really make this music for? You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you really in it for? It's like, you know, kind of passion versus profit.
Yeah, and I hear you, bro. Like, and that even goes back to like when you ask the question, like, what made me get into the studio, bro? Like, I keep it real. With me, it was like I was working with all the big producers, all the big artists, like all the big engineers at the time. I was working with like Big Boo, Radioactive, a couple other people, you feel me? Low to Grade, Ladiano Beats. I had all of that, you feel me? 2017, 18. But the thing was, like, I was paying for studio time, and a lot of the engineers and shit, like, they made me feel like they were ready to just, like, rush me out because I'm not shit. I'm not popping. My bars ain't the best right now. Just push me out, get Drake up in this motherfucker. Get Frosty in this motherfucker. You feel me? So that kind of what made me, like, I might need to take a step back from music, get my bread up, and record myself. You feel me? Because when I started this shit, not my first song, I didn't record myself, but like my whole like little catalog for like a year or two while being in high school, and then right after high school, I recorded that shit myself, like on a laptop, no interface, just the microphone plugged into the laptop. You feel me? Not an Apple Pro, no shit like that. This was like some bullshit ass laptop. You get me? So I already knew how to do it. I just didn't have the funding behind myself. So right when I had enough funding, bro, I was like, you know what, fuck it. Quit my job. And I ain't gonna lie, I quit my job because it was like a whole bunch of bullshit happened. Like, them niggas ain't try to give me no settlement pay or nothing.
What were you doing?
Like, I worked at Domino's, bro. I worked at Domino's, and then it was like just one crazy ass day, bro. I'm delivering a pizza, I get shot at.
What?
In my car, like, they shot my shit like at least 5-6 times. You feel me?
While you were delivering pizzas?
While I was delivering a pizza. You feel me? And Domino's, I don't want to say they didn't do nothing for me because I fuck with Domino's. You feel me? They just helped sponsor 20 boxes of pizzas for the last Backyard Squabbles event. You feel me? So I can't say I don't fuck with Domino's, but at that time, you know, I just didn't have too much help. You know, but I did have a little money put up. You know what I'm saying? I was working. I was like, you know what? Let's just start a studio, bro. Like, this is what I really want to do. And I did that. And I ain't gonna lie, the first studio, I spent like $30,000. Lost it all.
Fuck.
Lost it all. You feel me?
All right, hold on. We're going way too fast.
Way too fast.
You mentioned getting shot at while delivering pizza for Domino's, backyard squabbles, and losing $30K on your first studio. Hold on. Can we go into depth on what happened getting shot at for Domino's?
All right, so I could go a little bit. Like, I ain't gonna touch too much, but it was just like, man, it was a regular day. I had just got a new car, bro, all black Volkswagen. Like, a week ago type shit, bro. It was like one of my favorite cars, bro. Like the seats it was a comfy coupe, bro. I don't know if you could pull that bitch up. I would pull it up, bro.
It's a comfy coupe.
A comfy coupe. That's really what it was, a Volkswagen CC. But yeah, bro, I was just riding. I still remember it was an extra large pizza, bro. I'm right there off of like Western and 120th. You feel me? I do a U-turn because I missed the street. Do a U-turn and I don't know. I just wasn't paying attention, bro. You feel me? I wasn't paying attention. I look up, my window right here by my face was already popped. They're like, I didn't hear no gunshots, but this shit was already broke. I'm like, damn, when did my window break? Like, I'm thinking in my head. I see a car like speeding up past me, just dumping, bro. Just la. You feel me? And I hit a right turn. And then from there, I just never been at Domino's again. I keep it real. You feel me?
That was your last day on the job?
That was my last
day. Bro,
day
that could have been your last day on the job for real, though.
For real, you feel
Holy
me?
day on this earth right there, man. God bless you, man.
And that's really what made me, like, that's what that day told me, like, bro, you don't know when you're going to go in this shit. You feel me? So, do what you want to do.
Was it like enemies or was it just mistaken identity?
I ain't gonna lie, bro. Like, I don't gangbang. You feel me? At that time, I don't even think I was fucking nobody's bitch. You feel
like
me?
who would want to shoot the fucking pizza guy? Like, what the fuck are we talking about?
I don't even know. Like, I think it was like really mistaken identity that day. Once again, I did have an all black car that I just got. You feel me? And like, I don't know if you know, but like all black cars in the and I'm in the I'm in the inner city of LA. Like, I'm off of Van Ness and Citrus. I don't know if you know right there, but it get a little crazy. You feel me? But yeah, man, it just could have been mistaken identity, you know, like, I really don't know. I still today question this shit, you feel me, like, but
holy shit.
I don't question it no more, because it, like, that's what changed my life, you feel me. Before that, I was just delivering pizza, like, all day, you feel me, like.
So, but, like, after that situation, though, you were just like, hold on, I can't work here, no, like, I just need to take a break, or?
Well, they told me I should take a break because it was like
some traumatic experience.
Yeah, traumatized. You feel me? I went to therapy for a while. I feel like the main thing that made me say fuck it was just like, bro, I was already like, I was getting money already, bro. Like, I was already doing my shit. So it was like Domino's was just helping me like really fund myself. You feel me? So and then it was like, by the time I'm like, all right, I already got bread saved up. And then, mind you, I'm like only 20 at the time. I don't know what real money is. You know, you 20 years old, you think like 30, 40,000 a lot of money, bro. Like, and it is a substantial amount of bread, don't get me wrong. But you have that amount of bread and you think like you rich, you feel me? And like, that's where I was at that time, you feel me? But I went into a studio, and then that's where we move on to, I got the studio. You get what I'm saying? So I think it's around 2020 during COVID. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
I reach out to my cousin. I don't even want to mention this nigga name, so I'm not even going to mention his name or nothing. But I reach out to my cousin because he owns a studio in this building off of San Vicente in Mid-City. So I'm like, fuck it. Let me get a studio right next to you. Let's work. Right when I get the studio, the nigga move out like 2 months later, you feel me? So all the information I thought I was going to be receiving, because he was already in the game 5+ years before me, like all the game I thought I was going to be getting, I didn't end up getting, you feel me? So I really just had a trial and error this shit. Like, it was really just dive in there, bro. It's like paying for school. You dive up in that shit, and it's like, if you learn, you learn. If you don't, your money wasted.
So what do you think was the mistake? Where did you go wrong?
See, I wouldn't say I went wrong. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, once again, businesses, like, they don't make money the first couple years.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, you don't make a profit. So it was like, that was just it. I was in my first year, didn't make a profit, and I spent more than maybe I should have. You know what I'm saying? That's really all it was. But it wasn't no, like, horrible downfall or nothing like that, bro. Like, I made great music there. I got a lot of artists up in there. I met my business partner, you feel me, networked with a lot of motherfuckers. Like, it was just a stepping stone to where I'm at now.
And what are you spending money on as a studio owner?
It's a good question, bro. You gonna
Oh man.
the spot. You feel me?
Yeah, I was like, you got to pay the first month rent, maybe deposit, security
Yeah, of
deposit,
course.
just to move in.
Just to move in, and
So
then
that could be like what, 3 to 5K.
That's not even
tops,
counting the
just depending.
rooms, the size of the room, how much insulation you may need, if you got to build out a booth, if you can even find a contractor who can build out a booth the way you want to, and then seeing if the contractor can work within the time schedule that you want him to work because he got other gigs he got going on, and you're still waiting and paying rent on the spot. You know, while you're waiting for him to get to work on your spot while he's working his daytime job and a bunch of other responsibilities. So
For sure.
just off of insulation, it can cost you.
Yeah, no,
tens of
I'm
thousands.
already knowing. I've seen
It can
and
crawl up
that's where
there.
It gets there.
Whether
and
it's just hiring a carpenter just to frame out the booth, that in itself is a thing, and then having to get somebody to do the drywall and the insulation, and you know, that's not even counting that's before equipment costs.
Trust me, I'm with you. Yeah.
And then you got to think about, you know, people want to get paid, so you have to think about wages, and then you also got to deal with overhead expenses, you know, cleaning supplies and all that other stuff. And that's one thing, like, you know, when I walked in with him at 1031, you know, where he's dealing with a situation with his cousin, you know, it was just more so like, hey man, we gotta hold people accountable for what they're saying, or we gotta shake out. And we took some very big losses together, you know. Even with that situation, there was a time period where it was just like, what do we do next, you know? And that was when I was still living in San Diego, you know, and I finally just discharged from parole, so I was able to, you know what I mean, be able to move around finally.
Yeah.
So, you know, that was like my big move. I was like, man, as much as I love working with my guys out here, you know, this is not where my destiny is. You know what I mean? Destiny's calling me up here. And Groovy was like the perfect partner because he understood the vision. He's always had the drive for it. He's always been a hustler. Just like I said, like when I was young, I was a D-boy, you know, selling packs, you know what I mean? From a very young age up into, you know, my adulthood. So I saw a lot of that hustler mentality. That's something you can't teach somebody, you know?
Yeah.
That's something that like comes out of you, you know what I mean? From difficult circumstances. So
Yeah, I mean, going to that point, that's one reason why I was like, all right, yeah, we definitely need to do the podcast, because I've seen you around the studio, and then you happen to pull up at the Shame on You podcast, but cooking because you have a burger, you help with the burger company, right?
Better Burger. Yes,
Shout out to Better Burgers.
Better
And I
Burger.
believe, I don't know if I think I had left early, or I don't know if I was still there, but I seen you guys cooking the burgers right in front of the studio. And then I watched the podcast, and then they're shouting out Better Burger Co. And I'm just like, all right, man, I can't knock the hustle, man. This dude's out here trying to get it.
yeah.
And what? Go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna bring up the fact that we forgot to talk about the backyard brawls. I don't think I forgot. Backyard squabbles. Yeah,
Yes,
don't think I
sir.
forgot about that.
Yes, sir. It's a big movement, man. Guns down, squabble up, man.
But I mean, were you there catering food, or?
For Backyard Squabbles?
Yeah.
Yeah, so this was the first one I actually catered food at, and it went pretty well.
Yeah.
I'll be for real. All the other ones, like, once again, they were unsanctioned, bro. This was literally a fight. It was like 5 to 10 fights in a ring in someone else's backyard. You know what I'm saying?
Like no boxing gloves type thing?
Boxing gloves and
Okay, all right. Like some Kimbo Slice type backyard shit?
Can we pull it up on the TV?
I can't pull it up right now, but we might be able to pull up some stuff like
we gotta pull that up. But yeah,
during
look,
this time point, but
long story short, like, Backyard Squabbles is literally the up and coming fight league right now. And when they first started, they already had almost everything. They had everybody, all the fighters in gloves. They had all the fighters like training, trying to get ready for the fights, all of that. So Backyard Squabbles, the only reason why it wasn't unsanctioned, like it wasn't fully sanctioned, was because, you know, you got to pay the commissioner and shit like that. So my cousin wasn't paying the commissioner at first. It was kind of bad. He ended up having to do community service, got the shit in the mail, you feel me? Because he has a LLC for the shit and all of that. But he ended up, they hit him up in the mail, like, basically you got to cease or desist this shit or get your paperwork right. He ended up getting his paperwork right. And December 9th was like, that was the first like,
Holy
real
shit.
Backyard Squabbles, bro. Like,
and this is like YouTube content we could
Yes,
see, or how can
yes,
people
bro.
digest this content?
it's on YouTube, Backyard Squabbles, bro. TikTok, Instagram, literally everything. Backyard squabbles. You look it up, you'll see some niggas getting knocked out.
How often are they doing fights?
It was great.
I was like, this is something we need to go vlog. I need to go document this.
Yeah,
This sounds amazing.
We
Holy
even had
shit.
DJ Charisma over there spinning.
No
so,
shit.
Yeah, she came through. My artist, Dej Dollar James. She shouts out to Dej. Love you. She went and performed in the ring. During halftime.
Backyard Squabbles, man.
Yeah.
What a great name.
Yeah.
How long is it? How long have they been trying to do this thing, or how long have they been doing it for?
Bruh, peak COVID. I think peak COVID got a lot of niggas in their like business bag for real. Like SBA, a lot of niggas think like PPP and SBA was getting like just spent on like clothes and shit.
Stuff.
Like sometimes this shit was really making businesses. You feel me? Like I keep it real, and these businesses was making noise.
Damn.
And the
How
ones that
have
stuck
I
are
never
still
heard
here.
of Backyard Squabbles before? I feel like I'm out the loop.
Nah, man, it's not even that you out the loop. Where you stay at, bro? What city you stay in?
Around here.
Around here.
North
So it's
Hollywood.
like,
and I'm not from LA.
And that's a whole nother thing in itself. Like when you're not from LA, and then you already stand there, like this is kind of secluded almost. You know what I'm saying? But when you stay in a secluded area and you're not from LA, you don't really hear about the inner city things that's popping off. But it'd be a lot of like good things on the side of the bad things. You feel me? Like for sure.
Yeah, because I mean, did you guys have to deal with a lot of bullshit growing up around here? Or not around here, but down here type thing?
Yeah, for sure. I
like,
keep it real.
Like, I mean, even just getting shot out while you're working a pizza delivery route sounds
It's traumatizing.
Yeah.
You feel me? It's a little traumatizing.
Like, have you guys had any other near-death experiences?
I keep it real, yeah. Like shit, I had a few, but it's like I just say thank God every time. You know what I'm saying? Because it really feel like, and I even tell my niggas that don't believe in Jesus, that don't believe in a higher upper, like, bro, it's like when shit happened and it's like, bro, you know you should have died, like, and you didn't, like, somebody was there with you. That's all I can say. You know what I'm saying? Like, I done been in that shit, bro. I done fell out of windows, broke my arm. As a kid, I fucking fell off monkey bars, broke my arm. Fell out of a 2-story window, broke my arm. Fucking popped my eardrum, all type of shit. So it's like, yeah, like it's a lot of shit that happened, bro. But like, if you just stay blessed and you stay with like that mentality too, like, bro, you're not the only one going through shit, and you're not the one going through the worst shit in the world, bro. It's always somebody going through some worse shit, bro. Like, I think growing up, I definitely felt like, okay, LA is crazy. Then I started hearing about Chicago, bro, like 2013, 2012. I'm like 13, 14. I'm like, God damn, like they do it up over there. You feel me? Like, it's crazy over here, but over there it's sad. You know what I'm saying? And then when you get out of country, like you go to third world countries, like, bro, we literally are blessed. You feel me? Like, all the problems we think we have, bro, like, you got to just chalk it up. Because think about the shit that, like, I got family out of country, bro. So, like, I don't know if you have family out of country, but I think about the shit my family out of country got to deal with. And it's like they don't deal with half the shit. Like, I don't deal with half the shit that they have to go through.
Where are they at? Where's your family at?
Bro, I got a family in Mexico. Like, my uncle got deported in Tijuana, right? And I stayed in Tijuana for like a month or two.
Holy shit.
Yeah, so it's like I even like done lived in Mexico for a little bit. That shit was crazy. But I got an uncle in Mexico. I got another uncle that's in Belize, you feel me? And I just, like, they got families, mind you, they got kids. I got cousins and shit. Like, so just hearing some of the stories, like, I keep it real. Some of my little cousins, like, bro, when I met them, like, when I was 13, they were, like, 7. You feel me? In Mexico, like, they were...
Yeah.
It was fucked up, bro. That's all I could say for real. Like, it was a fucked up time.
I got family in Mexico as well, and, you know, it's definitely a little different. It's not putting that much struggle on it, you know what I'm saying? They got, like, running water and shit.
No, yeah, it's everything.
You know,
they're
solid. But even just speaking on that, like, this crisis in the Middle East just got me feeling way more appreciative. I'm just like, damn, like, it could be bombs going off right now, man.
Right.
Like, shit can get deep, you know?
Everything we worked hard for, all this money that we spend on our business can just evaporate.
For sure. For sure.
Literally,
I ain't gonna lie,
incinerated.
When I think about like world death and shit, I don't think about my business. Like,
I think about more my family, but I feel you though too. Like
everything.
I definitely hear you though. Like everything you work for is like it's the, you feel me, at that point. But it's like, you gotta think, like, bro, the whole world, like, nigga, if aliens come today, the whole, like, fuck my business, bro, everything is gone.
They've been here. They've been here.
Literally.
Hey, but you're gonna.
They've been here.
If they want to record a
They
session
still
though,
here.
you gonna let aliens pull up? They're definitely been here already.
No, they're still here. But we're not gonna get into that.
we can really.
I don't know about a session like
That's a whole topic.
Do my boy got Zell?
He probably
He got Zell. We can work something out, bro. Like, I ain't gonna lie to you.
All right, what's some of you guys got any like gnarly studio stories? Because I'm sure, you know. I mean, cause look, bro, I'm from I come from Sacramento. The music scene there is kind of heavy in the politics and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
So it's like I'm curious, like LA guys, like running a studio, like is that hard to maneuver?
Yeah.
Sure.
There are some gnarly studio situations that, you know, NDA, non-disclosure agreement, you know, and out of respect for my clients, don't worry.
Sure.
We won't gossip. But to answer your question, yeah, you have to, screening is important for me. You know, I have a lot of guys that I work with that are from different hoods, that are from rival hoods, that are like, I can't put y'all in the same room together, and I have to be mindful, you know. And I feel like a lot of people work with me just because of the fact that I'm sensible, you know what I mean, in that regard, and I'm respectful in that regard, and everything about the audio lounge is creating a safe environment for everybody, a non-discriminatory environment. You know, people come to the studio to get away from all that shit, or vocalize that, you know what I mean. Even go back even to the early 90s, you know, when they had the Bloods and Crips, you know, album and everything. That was all centered around, you're dissing enemy hoods, but it was a way for people to outlet their anger and frustration, and it was a social commentary on the status of, you know, South Central Los Angeles. So for me, like, yes, I've dealt with plenty of situations where shit could have got ugly, or potentially, so-and-so pulled up, and it can turn into something completely different, you know. And I've always made it clear, as far as, you know, booking, discretion is a must. You know, it's one of those things where I don't go live in the studio.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what are the studio rules? Studio rules, man.
I don't go live in the studio. I don't post a story with anybody in there until they're long gone. I don't, you know, that's, you know, it's hindered me a little bit as far as promotion and marketing, but I feel like that hindrance preserves the trust, and the relationship with these artists. And that's my biggest thing, that if I do get bit a little bit because I don't maybe not go live, or maybe I don't do this and do that, the safety and the well-being of these individuals is paramount to me. And I've had artists that have passed away. I've had artists that have been murdered, you know, or died, you know, or died off fentanyl, or any of those kind of things. So, and I developed these relationships with these people. They're not just another customer who pay me, you know, $50 an hour, $100 an hour to record a mix. You know what I mean? I wouldn't even really take you on as a client if it was like that. You know what I mean? I'm very committed in these relationships, so you do have to navigate it. And I have a few friends who are up there in Sacramento as well. You know, they're from, in Stockton and everything, that are from different areas and have different kinds of friction. You know what I'm saying? Shouts out to Young Jock, you know, and shouts out to A.O. Mealy. You know, shouts out to my boy A.O. Mealy. You know what I'm saying?
Trebo, I see you, boy.
Yeah, so
Yes,
it's all
sir.
love, you know. And I think, you know, being in LA, you're gonna be dealing with those situations. You know, I got homies that are from 6, I got homies that's from A-Tray. I got homies that are from so many alternate, opposite sections.
Yeah.
And, you know, at the end of the day, if you have solid communication, transparency, and respect, and you have self-respect, that you don't allow yourself to get punked on as an engineer or producer. You know, you're not one of those engineers that get pulled out of a chair, get slapped around or something. You know what I mean? Which has happened.
Y'all make engineers look bad, bro. I keep it real. Like,
Because what? There's like a stereotype of the rapper bullying the engineer.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
you ever watched Atlanta?
And it's not cool.
I've seen some of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, how do you check that shit? Because on one end, it's like, because I've dealt with the same thing on just how dudes will talk to me when I'm recording their music video, where it's like, look, bro, like I don't work for you. We're working together type shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So it's like
some engineers are so socially, because, you know, they come from the bedroom era. You know what I mean? Where they just send beats out, post on BeatStars, post on YouTube, send some DMs out, emails out. You know, and that's something for me, I feel like as a business owner, is a no-go. I've always been so big on calling in. Hey, if I can't even get up on a FaceTime or a call with this client doesn't even take me seriously, you know? And just having a clear outline of what the standard operating procedures are for this session and what are the outcomes and the objectives, you know, that circumvents a lot of that bullshit. But when you come in a little scary, I don't really know much, and timid, you're gonna get fucking punked on. I'm sorry. Like, sure. And I feel like for me, I've been that guy as a child, you know, as a young, not even a young adult, you know, maybe as a preteen, but after a lot of situations I went through in my life, I just chose I'm not going to be a victim like that. And as far as for me, if I witnessed that in the studio, I don't let that shit slide. I'm like, hey man, like chill out. You know what I mean? He's trying to get his shit together, bro. You know, and I feel like as an engineer, you not only have to listen, but you also have to be a leader. You have to be able to steer the session a little bit and make sure everybody is focused on the goal, because we have an X amount of time, and obviously this client wants his product within X amount of time, so let's make sure we fulfill those goals and we stay on track. But if, you know, some people are not like that. Some people are very, they love the music, they love listening, they love working with plugins and all this other stuff, but they lack the social interaction. And I think that's what separates an engineer or a beat maker from a producer. You know, that's the line, is the relationships and the networking, and not just knowing people, but understanding people and building those valuable connections and getting to know them and actually giving a fuck, you know? Even if you don't give a fuck, you actually end up giving a fuck. Yeah. You know?
Yeah, right, because it's like, I feel you on that type of time where it's like, all right, maybe the first session for your guys' example, I may not know the guy, but I'm giving him a chance. But then you start developing that rapport and you build that relationship, and then it's like, all right, now you're like I fuck with you. We make art together. You know what I'm saying? Like you my friend now. You know. Yeah. And you're able to build that relationship. I do it all the time with artists, like making videos, and it's kind of important to be kind of in tune with the person you're making the art with, because it's like, you know, we can't really have, like, I can't have this chip on my shoulder or like look at you some type of way because because I think you're talking to me disrespectfully. You know what I'm saying? Right. It's like you got to have that mutual respect, and I think it goes a long way in the creation process.
For sure. Yeah, that's definite. I would even say, like, one thing I learned is, like, you got to treat everybody the way, like, you got to treat everybody like they're a rock star, bro. Like, if I treat you any different than a person, like, all right, so let's say you, for example, for real, you're Trevor, how do you say your last name?
Potter,
right? Trevor Potter. Bro, you have a blue check on Instagram. Let's say I meet somebody else, his name is Darren Alex or something, no blue check. I have to treat him the same way I treat you, bro, because there's no telling where Darren is going to go.
Facts.
There's no telling where you're going to go. There's no telling where I'm going to go. I might need somebody one day, and Darren's the only one that could answer. You get what I'm saying? So that's just one thing I learned with, like, working with people is, like, if you treat everybody the same, bro, like, you don't glamorize fucking this guy because he's fucking, he's the Beyonce of the group and everybody else is the Michelles and the other ones. You feel me? Like, you don't want to look at nobody like that. You always want to treat everybody like, bro, you could be a star. Maybe you're not a star yet, but I'ma still hope one day you are gonna be a star. You feel me?
And really too, it's those guys with the blue checks who are coming in and gonna try to, like, they're gonna be late. You know, they're gonna not really listen. You know, it's like, I'd rather work with the dude who's on the come up rather than the dude who's on. Yeah. Per se, some say.
Because it's like niggas don't even really be on.
No, bro. I know, but in their head they think they are. So then they just try to treat people. Yeah, like that, or like, you know, talking down shit like that. Was just like, bro, I'm gonna be here way longer than you, man. But I don't even like to like speak like that. You know,
you don't even like to have that in your head because you're such a genuine person. Because it's about the art. It shouldn't even get to that topic, but you're just such an arrogant.
It's fucking just like sometimes it's like, all right, bro, like, keep moving how you're moving. Keep doing your thing, man.
Hey, you paid that invoice. Shit, you know what I mean? Keep talk your shit.
Keep doing your thing, man. All right. Well, I mean, what made you kind of diversify your portfolio? Where it's like you got this burger company, you got the tobacco wraps, you know.
He gotta show it to him.
Like I really appreciate how you're getting down, man.
6 of them in there.
What are they called?
Loud logs.
Loud
Point that to the
logs.
camera a little bit.
Come
You know,
on.
here, you get it a little closer. Hold up. This is the loud logs right here. Check out the back though. What does that say? That's South Central. That's all LA right there, man. Check it out. Check it out. The
That's
pina
the
colada.
big L, man.
That's the big. You know, you're talking to the executive log himself right here, man.
Yes, sir.
So you've always
The
been a
loud
smoker?
log ambassador right here, man.
Yeah, bro. I always been a smoker. I keep it real. I think it was around like 10 or 11. I really like knew one day like I was gonna do this shit every day. Like, I knew, and it's not even to like glamorize the shit, cause the shit like I ain't gonna lie, like I'm at a point now where every day I try to stop. Like,
Yeah, I'm kind of getting to that point too, where it's like I just need to relax on smoking a bit, because I came up like smoking backwoods, and part of the YouTube was built mainly on teaching people how to roll up backwoods back in like 2015, 2016. So I'm like, and on one end I'm like, I feel like I owe something to the tobacco, to the blunt at least, where it's just like, man, if it ain't a blunt, man, I'm not trying to smoke.
Right.
But, you know, at the end of the day, too, it's like, all right, we grow up, you know. I don't think I'll ever stop smoking. It's just, I'll just consume it a little different.
right.
But I like getting high.
Yeah,
On weed. On weed.
Yeah. For the record.
on weed.
Before the sound bites.
And I keep it real, bro. Like weed is like, I was just telling somebody the other day, like weed changed my life, bro. Like on the side of like me smoking weed and like me like consuming it, bro. Also like I dabbled into like really becoming a connoisseur, bro. Like, and it became like, bro, I'm in the industry for real. Like, I'm really in the industry. Like, these people see me, they know me for real. And it's like, I just started one day smoking weed, like, and it was really because, like, I was at a point, bro, like, Tumblr, shit, this like 2011, like, Wiz Khalifa popping, like, all of that, you feel me? Like, I'm like 11, bro. This shit glamorized, like it looked cool. Like you not cool if you don't smoke weed at that time. Like that's how it felt to me. You feel me? But I started smoking weed or whatever, and then it actually became like something that I don't know. Like I fell in love with it, bro. And then it was like weed fell in love with me. Like weed got me into doors like I don't think nothing else would have, bro. Like I met so many people because of weed, like for real. And it was like I remember when weed was like that thing that was so looked down upon. You feel me? Like 2013, bro, if you're smoking weed, like, and your mama knew or your family knew, bro, you were like a piece of shit. Like, especially in my family, you feel me? Like, you're a piece of shit, but keep it real, like, this shit changed me. And then it was like, even going into like the leaves, bro, into loud logs, like, I keep it real. As a kid, I'd like, well, let's say a teenager, I didn't think, bro, one day I'm gonna own my own leaf company. Like, I just literally thought I'd be sponsored by, like, Dutch, fucking Grab a Leaf, Backwoods, some shit like that. But that wasn't the case, bro. Like, these niggas never reached out. I'm literally putting money in these niggas' pocket every day, you feel me? But then I realized, like, it's bigger people and, like, status-wise that are, they deserve this sponsorship. They deserve this shit because, like, they're going to get other people smoking this shit.
Yeah.
And then it was like how I looked at it. Bro, I was getting other people smoking they shit. You feel me? I was really like the ghetto yoke, bro. Like I was really like the spokesman for this shit. Like even when, bro, like all my niggas was smoking Swishers and I started smoking Dutches, I literally preached to these niggas for a whole year, bro. Smoke Dutch. Look at this shit, bro. It smoke way better. Smoke Dutch. And then one day, bro, my business partner, who wasn't my business partner at this time, like I was at my first studio. His cousin was my engineer. Like, he engineered my music every day, bro. Like, we in the studio till, like, 5 a.m. His cousin, my business partner, would pull up, like, at, like, 3 a.m. getting off work. We'd just chop it up, smoke, leave. You feel me? And then one day he just told me, like, he was like, bro, you want to try this leaf? I'm like, yeah, let me try it. I was fucking with it. He was like, bro, this my shit. And then he added me on, and then it was like from there we just loud logs for life. You feel me? Like really trying to build it for real. Like, and I say we got a little like run behind us right now, but like really catch us next year, bro. Like you gonna see us in way more stores. You gonna see us at a lot more pop-ups. You gonna see us popping up a lot more too.
Yeah, man. Shout out to fucking loud logs. This podcast is sponsored by Loud Logs.
Hell
Definitely will be, man.
No, I mean I'm just really fascinated at this because, like I said, we started the YouTube channel by like teaching people how to roll backwoods, and I always like kind of joked about it, but I was just like, it'd be so cool to have my own rap,
Right.
and it just seems so far
Fetch.
Yeah, or just like such a big task. Like, how do I source tobacco leaves? How do I, what's the legality of all this shit? Like, just being able to start it and do it, man. Just hats off, and it looks pretty good.
Yeah.
Like,
and
you gave me some ones, but already.
Yeah. So
you have like a big leaf and like a.
So the big leaf right now, like that's like it's just me smoking a big leaf.
But you have like the pre-cut ones too, right?
That's literally they come 6 pre-cut. Same thing like the competitors, but we come 1 extra leaf more, bro. That's all I can say.
So you got 6 in there.
Yes, sir.
Because that's one thing too, man. It's like if you're about to smoke, like the backwoods. I love the backwoods, but it just got to a point where it's just like, bro, I'm not gonna spend $10 and I get 2 out of the 5
right
good,
smokable, yeah.
And you got the stems; they're just imperfect. But I feel like the pre-cut ones and the whole leaf,
yeah,
that's the way to go. That's how I'm smoking now.
Because you could do your own thing with that. You feel me? And then it was like with backwoods, you gotta break down the tobacco, like. You got to do all type of shit. And it was like, at some point, I feel like backwoods stopped giving a fuck. Like, they made so much money, bro. It was like, just give these niggas anything, bro. Like, just give them that shit. You feel me? And I feel like, as a business owner, you got to not try to reach that point. You feel me? Because a lot of people, I feel like, once you start franchising, once you make $1 million, bro, you think you that shit. You think you the guy. So it's like you gonna start pushing this shit like, okay, we need one over here. It's like Monopoly, bro. Like, we need one here, 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 here. But then every time you like stretching the product, bro, like you're like making it worthless, like in a sense more. You feel me?
Quality over quantity.
Like I feel like McDonald's when I was a kid, bro, that shit was like #1. You feel me? Like on top of like, I know burgers was already like $40 out like at that time, but it was like, to me, I done had like hella burgers, but McDonald's was that thing back in the day. And then it was like, bro, they started just stretching. Like, it's literally nothing good about McDonald's no more, like, unless you eating like the cookies or some shit. Like,
I fuck with the Big Mac. I still bust on a Big Mac.
Okay,
I respect it here and there.
I respect it. You feel me? I ain't gonna lie, I ain't ate a Big Mac in over a year. I keep it real, like. I just started changing my diet.
And also too, it's like if I got a burger company, fuck McDonald's, man.
Nah, yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
you feel me? But one thing
better Burger Co. over here.
Exactly.
I want to say, man, is like niggas always think like once you make your own company with something, like the competitors, you gotta like talk shit or like never go there. Like, nah, bro, because it's like at the end of the day, you still gotta. Although you're a business owner, you gotta start thinking outside of the box, bro. Go to competitors. Go try that shit. You feel me? I remember Jack in the Box at some point was doing commercials where I may be tripping, but that nigga was going to McDonald's, trying McDonald's, like, yeah, this shit ass. We need to go back and make something better, though. Yeah. You feel me? So it's like, that's how I look at this shit, bro. Like, I ain't gonna lie, I had In-N-Out like a couple days ago, bro.
I fuck with In-N-Out. That's probably like my top fast food burger.
One thing I will say is like most burger places I do go now, I don't even order the patty on it though. That's like
the red meat is pretty bad for you.
But the meat like usually like at places like it just don't be that good, bro. Like it just don't be that. Like I fuck with like Easy Street. You heard of Easy Street right here? Like it's off of like 7 City. Nah, so what the fuck is it? Vineland, bro. It's off of Vineland. But yeah, I fuck with Easy Street. They got the smash burgers, bro. Am I saying they better than Better Burger? No, I'm not. But I am saying they have a good burger also. That's all I'm saying.
All right, what makes a good burger though? What do you think?
Fresh ingredients. Not too many preservatives or additives and shit. You feel me? Like, I like how I'm eating now. Like, I realize like food is the best. Like when it's almost at its normal form. You know what I'm saying? And I really just say that like, let's say fucking tortilla chips. Bro, you could cut up tortillas, fry tortillas or bake them. Throw a little salt on them, eat them. I feel like eating that is much better than fucking eating Doritos. Although Doritos may taste better sometimes, I just feel like eating like something almost at its clearest form is much better. You feel me? Like even McDonald's fries, like how the fuck do you make a potato look like that? Like I ain't gonna lie, I don't think McDonald's fries are real. I keep it real, bro.
Or they last like a year?
Yeah, they don't. Yeah. That's what I'm saying, bro. I heard, bro, 10 years.
They don't mold or anything.
Nigga, I heard somebody had that shit since the 90s. They have a
special GMO potato that they grow on these massive industrial farms
90s.
That actually fuck up the farmland.
Really?
And it like the way that they grow it is like unsustainable to the point to where it's like when they grow other crops on it, it's difficult to grow the crops just because they have like one specific breed of potato that they grow on these farms.
They're breeding potatoes.
Yes, GMO potatoes. It's a very specific
make a potato banana, bro. Like, cause you can't do both on that farm. Like, I get it.
Yeah,
that's crazy. And then it's like, bro, I think about food now. This shit's so weird, bro. I start like when you really think about it, food is weird as hell. You feel me? Like, let's say you're a religious person, right? Mm-hmm. What I don't understand is like Adam and Eve, right? You go there. They couldn't eat the fruit. What were they eating?
They couldn't eat one fruit.
What was the fruit?
It was the fruit of knowledge. It was the fruit of right and wrong. It was in the center of the garden.
No, but I'm saying that was the fruit that they couldn't eat.
Yes.
But what was the fruit that they were eating, bro?
Bro, they got hungry. That's what happened. That's what happened.
Like, that's all I want to say.
That's a theological debate. That's a theological debate. In respect to all other religions and thought processes.
You ever been hangry before? That's gonna lead you to some evil shit.
Yeah. Dead ass.
Yes, for sure.
I've done a lot of things I regret while being hangry.
No, for real,
I've yelled at a lot of people while being hangry, thinking it was them, but it was really me.
Yeah, but that's kind of where I'm at. I'm at in this stage of life too, where it's like, all right, man, I need to really kind of focus on just eating a little healthier. You know, just making some sort of change. I'm not sitting here saying I'm some fucking vegan or vegetarian, but it's like, all right, let me just start by cooking my own food.
Yeah,
because that's, you know, I feel like our generation, we don't need.
You got Uber Eats.
Exactly.
You got DoorDash, you got Postmates.
Domino's delivery.
It's portions. For me, it's always been portions because, you know, I come from a Filipino household. So we're so used to just filling the plate up, half the place, kanin, you know what I mean? Rice, you know, for everybody else. You know, you got rice, you got all the meat and all the sabaw poured over the rice and you mixing it in, and then you got another plate.
Right, yeah, I know.
Every time you go to a Filipino party, you bring home food.
And I grew up with Filipino neighbors, and they would throw parties for the whole weekend, bro. And they would start cooking like 3 days in advance, bro. Like real shit.
Crazy. No.
They'd be they would send over lumpia. Oh man, the lumpia was fire.
My papa.
Do you still know them, bro? Like
I moved. It was in Sac, but yeah, bro. It was like they would have like
shout out to Sac.
They would be playing like the old heads would be playing dominoes in the back, and
it
would be going
dominoes and mahjong, or they'd be playing Texas Hold'em.
Bro, and
the OGs will be in the back. You'll see the Texas Hold'em table right there with the San Miguel. You gonna know who the fuck they are.
And then they would go up, man. But I just remembered the lumpia was fire. Just
what is lumpia?
Lumpia is like a wrap.
It's like a Filipino.
It's like an egg roll.
It's like an egg roll and a taquito.
Okay. Ooh.
You never had lumpia?
Wait, you never had lumpia? Never had lumpia, bro.
I don't think I have.
How?
Like, bro,
this entire time you've never had lumpia. You've known me.
I know, bro. You never said, bro.
I done brought lumpia and pancit around.
Yeah.
I done brought some shit around.
He done brought some shit though. He for sure done brought some shit. Like,
yeah, man.
Hella rice with the meats and shit for sure.
Yeah. Or what's the dessert? It's like the bean dessert.
Halo halo.
Halo halo.
Yeah, that's the one.
Oh, he know. He really know.
Yeah,
like
my family got a very special dessert. Shouts out to Choose by Chew. We call it Sylvanas, and you gotta look it up. It's basically like a freeze dried like wafer custard with powdered chocolate and all different kinds of flavors over it, fruity pebbles, all kinds of stuff you put over it. But, you know, that's what I love about, you know, Filipino cuisine. We have so many varieties. Like, each island has its own language, its own flavor palette, even its own way of, like, dressing and everything. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
All right, what do you think brings people together more, food or music?
Food. I feel like food.
That's a good question.
Food then music.
Yeah, food. All right, yeah, because it's like
You gotta bring the people in with the food, and then they'll hear the music.
With the food, and then the music's just gonna keep them like vibing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. I would rather someone give me a fire dish than a fire playlist. Although I do respect a fire playlist. You know what I'm saying?
He said, I do respect that.
Why do you think you take a girl out to eat?
Yeah, that's true.
That's like the first thing most people do, on a date, in Western society, take her out to eat somewhere nice.
But I mean, could you deal with a girl that doesn't have fire music taste?
I can't. I personally can't because it's my career choice, and it doesn't have to be the same type of music that I like. I actually like women that listen to different music than me.
Right.
I actually like women that can expose me to there's someone that I've talked to. She put me on with a lot of reggaeton music, and we've actually been to a festival. She actually took me out to a festival for a few days out in Vegas. A few years ago, so it was a vibe. I was like,
he rocked it. He got his world rocked that fucking weekend at that reggaeton festival.
Yes, I did. We'll leave it at that.
NDA. Nah, man. My girls definitely put me on a lot of different music. I always just like to ask that question because I feel like music does bring people together.
Definitely.
And I feel like too, it's like you get to know a lot about a person based on the music they listen to.
Mm-hmm.
So I always ask the rappers, like, all right, could you fuck with a girl who listens to like the music you make? And typically it's like some gangster rap shit. So it's is that a red flag?
No.
I always ask that question for fun, like.
For me, even my music that I personally make now, like even for myself as an artist, I feel like it'd be a good thing because I sort of stepped away and sort of went like R&B kind of West Coast G-Funk kind of sound vibe. But even if I listen to a girl that listens to some real like gangster
rap
but
nonstop though, it's just like damn, it's like fuck, it's 9 in the morning.
I told her to chill the fuck out, chill the fuck out, or are we gonna squabble up? Like chill. You really want to go box this out or something? Like chill, baby, chill.
Like two things like to answer that. So one thing, bro, I was messing with this one girl. She like. When I would try to play rap before 12, she like with her in the car, she like, nah, turn that off. Let's put some oldies on or something. You feel me? So I don't feel like it's a red flag for a girl to listen to shit like I listen to like Rio the Young OG and shit like that. Like, bro, nah, because it's like a lot of the women that I mess with, like they're from like around where I'm from. You feel me? So it's like I feel like in order like it's not every day you're gonna run into a girl from like LA area that listens to just oldies or classical, but you will run into them, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But it's like if you like looking for a girl that only likes a certain type of music, bro, it's hard to find that shit. I keep it real. It's like even like bro, I'm a little bit in the emo crowd now, like rage crowd.
Wait,
this is why he's the ambassador.
What kind of like emo though? Like and you said rage, those are like
two separate, but
they're like
same.
Kind of dabbling like Lil Uzi Rage, or like
Uzi
okay, so would you consider that emo?
Not even so much as emo. So the word they're using right now is alternate. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like, let's just throw that instead of emo.
But is it like bands and stuff like that? You fucking with bands?
I fuck with bands, and then I even fuck with like my niggas right now, like Fendi and J No Life. You feel me? These niggas get on stage and like they create mosh pits and shit.
I was gonna say, you ever been in the mosh? Yeah,
bro. I've been in a few. Like I ain't been in no like step 3, like where niggas is punching and kicking each other. Nah, but I've been in like step 1 where niggas is pushing, running around, bump each other. Yeah, I've been in that. Like I don't think I'm ready to be in that niggas is punching bare fists. Like I might fuck around and get pissed off. Like.
No, yeah, that's facts, man. I've only been in like a gentle mosh too, where it's like wasn't too hardcore. Cause bro, some of those people when they throw down, man, they're really throwing down. Like,
yeah.
Close their eyes and just.
And it's like the last thing I'm trying to do is get hit while I'm supposed to hear, dude. Like I'm trying to watch this show, man. You just talked to me in my face, like. But you gotta respect the mosh though too, where it's like, all right, man, if you're in here, you should understand what goes down in the mosh.
Yeah,
you know what you signed up for.
Exactly.
There's disclaimers. There's people coming in and out of the venue telling you, like, it's going.
Don't go in there if you're not ready. I think mosh pit niggas always tell you that, bro. Like, you don't have to join. Like, just watch, bro. Cause I feel like niggas that mosh pit, they don't like soft niggas. Like, they don't like niggas that, bro, you don't even want to push.
Yeah.
Bro, get the step back.
Now we really gonna push
Get
on
out
you.
of here. Yeah, like, come on, bro. So I always tell niggas, like, bro, just join. Like, it all dates back to school, bro. Like, when you in school, bro, you go to your crowd, bro. Like, don't be a nerd nigga trying to go play basketball. And I'm not even saying don't be a nerd nigga trying to go play basketball. I'm more of saying, like, just your crowd, bro. Like, I'm not saying don't even try to touch other crowds, but more of just know your crowd, bro. Like, know your demographic, because that will get you a long way. Like, Brent Faiyaz, I feel like he knew singing was him. He could rap. The nigga could rap too, but I feel like he knew singing was him, and like the style that he got, like, bro, it was just like attraction for women, and like that's his wave right now. Like, bro, I don't know if you just heard about this concert he just did out here, but
Yeah.
it was insane.
You went to it?
I didn't go, but I was outside. Sometimes all I need to do is
Just
be
the
outside.
let out? The let out was crazy?
Yeah, just let me be outside, bro. I feel like I was there.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's good.
Because it was at YouTube Theater right there by the SoFi.
Mm-hmm.
And he did 2 nights.
Yep.
Yeah.
Tickets high as hell.
Huh?
Tickets high as hell.
Yeah.
Sky high.
Yeah, man. That shit. But yeah, I definitely like Brent Faiyaz. He's pretty dope.
Did you hear the new album?
Yeah. You like it?
Bro, I it's an NDA for how I heard the album, but I was working on my album, right? I'm working on like doing skits and shit. Somebody showed me the album, and bro, I was amazed by like the intro. Like, the intro was the first thing that caught me. Like, this nigga had Timberland on the intro. This nigga had features with Missy Elliott, Babyface Ray. That one really fucked me up.
Yeah.
Like, Brent Faiyaz and Babyface Ray, that fucked me up.
That's
But,
cold.
like, just like, he's so cold, bro. And then I realized too, like, bro, I didn't know the album dropped because
Oh yeah, I was like, it's out. Yeah.
he didn't even, like, it's not even that he didn't push it, but bro, he doesn't, like, I don't know if he's not signed still, but him not having a major label behind him, I feel like is the reason why I didn't know. You feel me? Like, bro, why I know every time Lil Tyler finna drop, I know every time, like, every signed artist finna drop.
Or Lil Tecca.
Lil Tecca.
Yeah.
Hey,
Paid post.
Tecca
goes crazy on the Lil paid post.
I respect Tecca because he came a long way, bro. Like, even when he came out with I got black, I got white, what you want? He was already cold right there. He was fucking up doing this shit, but then I feel like he really found his lane. You feel me? And like, that's what this music shit about. Like, just find what it is that you do, bro. Uzi, look at Uzi, bro. He didn't have to keep rapping gangster. He didn't have to keep talking about Glocks and shit. The nigga just started saying, I just want to rock. Yada, yada, yada. Bro, the song, I think, is like it's really like 4 minutes of him just saying, I just want to rock, yada, yada, yada. A couple other, damn.
That shit's hard,
You
dude.
feel me? Like, bro, you don't have to do too much. Find what it is that you like. Do that. I think I even look at Trippy Red like that, bro. Like, and this just a conspiracy, but I feel like Trippy Red is writing for Drake. And I only say that because I listened to the new Trippy Red album. Mind you, I've been listening to Trippy Red like since he been out, but I never was really a fan. But listening to this new album, like I actually was like, I like this guy. He's cool. He makes good music, but then I listened to the music for real, and then I was like, bro, this sound like what Drake be trying to do. Like, but Drake, like, I'm not saying Drake is not authentic because, bro, I'm a Drake fan, bro. I've been listening to Drake since I was like 10. You feel me? I'm a Drake fan all the way. But you gotta give credit where credit is due, or inspiration, whatever it is. I feel like Drake had inspiration from Trippy at some point.
For sure. For sure. All right, you make music. Do you feel like you found your sound? You got a new project out?
Mm-hmm.
Like, do you feel like you found your sound, or is it still in development? Because that's a hard thing for an artist to do. You know, that's like...
That's a life achievement.
Yeah, that's a life achievement.
Yeah.
So
That's a real life achievement.
I would say, bro, for me, I'm still growing. I just learned how, like, the biggest thing was I learned how to make music finally. You feel me? Like, when I first was recording, like, I knew how to put a song together, but I didn't know how to make music. Like, I didn't know how to help the producer make a beat how I want it. Like, and I made a few beats myself, but I don't consider myself a producer yet because I haven't like really mastered like making beats and shit. But as far as being an artist, like my biggest thing was just learning. Like once I learned how to really make a song, like then I felt like, okay, I created a sound that I like. So it's like just building off of that, because I feel like even if you find your sound, you still gonna want to change it at some point. You feel me? Like, look at Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne, I feel like him rapping, that was his sound. Hot Boy, that was his sound, bro. He was talking shit. And then even all the Carter tapes, you feel me? He was talking shit, but then my boy get into I'm Not a Human Being, where he's like in his rock bag for real. You feel me? Like, and that was like years. Like, bro, he's 15 years, I'm thinking, in the game by then. You feel me? So I'm only like 7 years, 8 years in for real. I don't want to say I found my sound, but I do want to say like I really started making good music, and I'm just excited for what's next. Like with this last tape, bro, it was beautiful because like I constructed my first real singing songs together. You feel me? Like I've sung, like I got a song out called Codeine Love that I made in like around 2019, maybe 2018. I was still working at Domino's. It's beautiful, bro. Beautiful ass song. I kept trying to recreate that song though, because I didn't own the rights to it. Could never recreate it. But then I started actually making music from the heart, like singing, and like my last tape, Roses for You, it was really inspired by like my first time going to the strip club and like falling in love for real.
With a stripper?
With a stripper, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
That's one of the songs, man.
I'm not gonna disclose her name or nothing like that. You feel me? But she was amazing, bro. Like she was amazing, bro. And
hold on, wait. This is on your latest project? That's out?
It's Roses for You.
Sure.
So wait, you got a song inspired by a stripper?
Yeah, man.
You're like the modern day T-Pain.
Yeah, and that's the thing, bro. I hear that so much. Like when people hear the tape, that's what they say. Like they hear, you feel me? Like a new age T-Pain. And right now I'm in the works of like trying to reach out to him. You feel me? I'm trying to like shit. Maybe we need to do a song together. You feel me?
That'd be hard. But
that
wait,
would be hard.
what was it about her though? Like we got to go into some
All
details
right, man,
about
so
that.
I touch a little bit on it.
You actually fell in love with a stripper.
It was love at first sight. I say that for sure. Like it was love at first sight. So I'm like 19 at the time, bro. I just break up with my long-term girlfriend from high school. You feel me?
Yeah.
One of my homies like, bro, I know you ain't been to a strip club. Let's take you to one. You feel me? So we go to a local one, bro. Mind you, we go to a shitty strip club. We don't go to like Be Live or nothing. We go to I think the shit is called Elegance, but it's off Imperial and like Prairie type shit, bro. Okay, so it's not the best neighborhood. My boy, he like, bro, everything on me, so just enjoy your time. You feel me?
Shit.
So we get in there. I drove us there. He paid for parking. Boom. We get in there. First thing I do when I walk in, bro, I'm just walking with him to the booth. He like, bro, we gonna get a booth. I'm like, all right, bet. I got a chain on. Like, I forget what I had. Like, I think a striped white shirt, white and black striped shirt, some jeans, you feel me? I don't remember the shoes or whatever, but I'm walking down the stairs and this girl walk up to me. She like, I could tell you a rapper. That's the first thing she say to me, bro. And I ain't gonna lie, like at that time, yeah, I'm rapping. I have a few songs that are known, you feel me? Like in the city, it's kind of known and shit, but I guess I would consider myself a rapper, but it was like her saying that, it was like she knew what I was before I knew. You feel me? So it was deep, bro. It was deep. And then, mind you, she got no clothes on. Like, she has nothing on, you feel me? So we
so
literally...
really, she didn't have to... It doesn't matter what she was saying.
Yeah,
I can tell you,
look, it didn't matter what she was saying, but she was saying...
It was all about what she was doing.
Yeah, hey, man, she was saying the right things, though, I swear to God. So, mind you, we go sit down at the booth. My boy, he go walk over, try to go like spit at some other chick. We just conversating, bro. I think like 10, 15, 20 minutes, bro. Like we talking like it's me and him like this, bro. She got nothing on. I'm just full clothes talking, bro. We literally talking about life, bro. Like
I had a similar experience
life,
like that.
You feel me? I keep it real.
That's
and
wild.
The thing that really got me was, bro, like I'm 20 minutes in. At some point, bro, I'm cuddled up with her in the booth. Like we both laid down. Like we both cuddled up, bro. I'm like, maybe there's. I don't know if the strip club my type of scene. Because I don't know if niggas cuddle up with strippers in that motherfucker, but I needed that cuddle at that time.
Yeah, that's right.
I keep it real.
That's right.
That shit was crazy, bro.
That's funny.
I keep it real. Like it was just we still in contact and shit. Like,
did you pay for the private dance?
Bro, like I threw a couple. Like that was the thing I told her. Like I'm like, I ain't come here to get juice tonight. You feel me? That's what I told her. And she like, nah, you ain't got to do all of that. You feel me? So I swear to God, and this, bro, mind you, I'm 19. So, like, still take that in accountability. And
you're just coming off a breakup. You're in a real vulnerable place.
Real vulnerable.
Young dude, like, he's just looking for some love, and they got a naked stripper cuddling him up, man.
Bruh, I think I threw, like, she gave me a full private dance. I think I put, like, 15 on her. $15.
Damn.
That was it, bro. All ones. And it felt like 15,000, and it felt like an hour, bro.
Yeah,
that's what it felt like.
Damn,
that's crazy. But
so you still in contact with her? You gotta have her for the music video.
Yeah, man. So it's a long story. You feel me? I'm not gonna get into too much. Like we didn't like you feel me? But she definitely did move away at some point. You feel me? And like did her own thing, and like you know how Drake be like. It was that one girl. Like sometimes you think she was that one girl. Like so I don't know. I just felt like I had to touch on that shit in the album, like, cause I have another album that's gonna come out later, probably this like 2024. But it's really my real life experiences on what I was going through during. So that happened like 2019. So. The next album is what was going on in 2020, bro. You feel me? Like, when I started the studio, when I had a lot of money, first starting the studio, I'm talking shit. I'm like 30,000 up, nigga, I'm talking shit. And then I make Back to the Trap. You feel me? Like, I have a EP that dropped while I was at the studio. It's called The Game Winner. That's on Apple Music and all of that shit, too. But, Back to the Trap, like that was me right after I lost the studio.
Damn.
You feel me? And I didn't really lose the studio. Like I kept all my shit. Like I just moved out of it.
Yeah.
You know, but that was me when I left, and I knew I was leaving, so I had to leave all my like intentions and all my like heartache on the laptop and shit. You feel me? So all those songs I gotta like re-record and shit, but like I already got them. You feel me? And they're already like cold as hell. So it's like that's my next project. Is like I'm still giving niggas shit that. All right, so this album I recorded it this year, but it's about shit from 2019. The next album is shit that I recorded in 2021, about 2020, but I'm finna re-record it this year, and I'm finna really show them like this is what I'm going through. You feel me? Yeah. And like I also learned is like music. You gotta like damn near live life ahead of your music. You feel me? So it's like the shit you talking about, like you drop a song, the shit you was talking about, that shit damn near gotta be a year ago. You feel me? Because it's like if the shit too fresh, if the shit too real, bro, it might go over their head, bro. I seen it happen so many times. Like the shit too real will go over these niggas' heads and they won't understand because it's too new. Like they don't even understand. You feel me? Like, we got artists, like, in the San Diego area, bro, like, they make their own fucking language, I feel like, bro. Like, they have their own way of speaking. They own fucking words, and they have a fan base that understands it because they're from out there. They're in tune with them.
Yeah.
But it's like an average Joe would not understand the words that you're talking about. Right. What is a foot? You would never know unless you're there. You know what I'm saying? What is a squib go urn? You wouldn't know, bro, unless you actually do it. You get what I'm saying? Like, and that's one thing I try to tell people is like, with this music shit, bro, you damn near gotta make your own lane fully, like even to the word, bro. Draco was making his own words. That's why he's one of the biggest LA artists now. Nigga, he was making his own lingo. He made up lingo bingo. And I don't want to say, okay, he made the word up, but he made the goddamn shit big in the city. You feel me? That's all it is making shit that nobody else heard. A word that really ain't even in the dictionary. Make it something real.
Yeah. Like Riz.
Yeah. It's funny because, bro, I was on the beach one day serving burgers, right? It's a YouTuber. I think his name Cody something. He got a little following, but this nigga walked up to me like, bro, what's silent? Do your silent Riz. I'm like, bro, what the fuck are you even telling me right now? And then the homie had to tell me, like, bro, he basically wants you to look in the camera sexual, like you talking
give
to
that
a
sexy
bitch,
face.
like, yeah, like just give a sexy face. I'm like, this nigga is insane, bro.
Did you hit it?
I ain't gonna lie, I be nervous sometimes. I didn't hit that shit, bro.
Man. No, I feel that. I feel like too. Also, like probably being around LA, you see shit like that all the time, where it's like influencers in the wild, where it's just like
influencers in the wild.
Now it's like it's an Instagram,
right?
It's an Instagram where it's like you just have people filming influencers doing the craziest shit. Right. So I'm sure like you said you're on the pier, on the beach or whatever.
Yeah. What beach was that? Venice Beach.
Yeah, I'm sure you're gonna see the craziest like, interview type people trying to get that content.
Right.
I have a question for you, bro. So you from up north. How do you feel like, what do you feel like is the difference from living up north and living down here? Like,
I mean, really, I feel like there's not much difference. Mm-hmm. People like to create that divide, and be like, oh, we're that much more different. But really, it's
the
same shit. I would say lingo, that differentiates us, but not really anymore. Like I feel like there used to be more differences, maybe 2010. You know what I'm saying? Where it's just like, all right, but now with technology and we're all connected, and
we all see each other.
And also too, there's a lot of LA and like Northern California artists. Like they come down here more now. I feel like the intermingling is a lot more.
For sure.
I mean, yeah, I would definitely say. Shit. The weather,
right? That's a huge one.
The dances probably.
Okay, yeah, for sure. I could see that. Like, I don't know if you heard of this brand called Rebel. They're based up north.
I'm not too sure.
And then it's another brand called Almost Bamus. Have you heard of them?
No. Okay, I need to check them out.
Yeah, and they fuck with me, man. So I fuck with them heavy. That's really why I wanted to shed light on them and shit. But they from like up north and like your part of the town and shit, and they came from up north to San Diego. They drove down here. I think like 4 of them took a plane. The plane. 4 of them took a plane and shit. But when I met them, bro, it was just like, it was magic, bro. Like it's literally like, first of all, they're from up here. I'm really from like LA area. We could say Hollywood because I be over here a lot. You feel me? But they're from up north. I'm from like Hollywood area, which is like the middle part, and then we all the way in San Diego, bro. Like we near Mexico. Like we're all the way at the bottom. You feel me? And it was just like their culture, bro. Like first of all, they're inviting as hell. Like I feel like niggas in LA are less inviting than niggas out there in Sac. And I could be up north, and I could be wrong about that. You feel me? But just the people that I met from up north, they're very inviteful. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, one thing that I find pretty fascinating is like LA. It's like you want to get to know someone, you ask where they're from. That's like fighting words out here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
So just that
you don't even
culture and energy
you don't even ask
is not really
question.
like inviting. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like you're from up there. You ask where you're from. It's like, oh, I'm from here. Like, what's up? Where you from? Like.
Price ratio 10 out of 10.
How far are we? Exactly. Like you make that mistake out here asking where someone's from. They'll be like, what you mean? Wow? Or they'll tell you where they're really from and start banging on you, you know?
Yeah.
But also, too, like, that's probably a main difference. Like, I'm not a street dude, but from my observations, streets work a little bit more disciplined out here, and they're more, like, gang bangish. You know, like, up north, it's not really... There's, like, cliques and shit. It's more like neighborhoods. Like, it's not... I don't know. people are more about just like getting money and shit.
Yeah.
But there are like
It's all
it does
turf
get
beef. It's a lot
does
of
get
turf
active
shit.
and shit. But yeah, it's more like here is like there's like real rules to shit. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
And a lot of it
Like,
has to do with a lot of like generational trauma that comes
Exactly.
from uncles, even grandparents, murders between like these neighborhoods where people are actually related to each other, where they can't even see each other because this uncle killed so and so's cousin, and this dude's cousin killed so and so's dad.
Yeah.
And that's where a lot of people get that misconception that LA, that's a lot of the reason why it's like that, because those lines and generations of murders and murders and murders, and then it becomes institutional all the way down to what high school that you went to, what elementary school you went to, what middle school you went to, and that's not something that can change overnight. And I feel like a lot of the community events that Groovy's involved with, a lot of the events that he hosts, like everything from backyard squabbles. What's the motto again?
Guns down, squabble up, bro.
You see what I mean? Everything is all about, creating new avenues for people to be able to express themselves creatively. And I feel like that's what is a root cause for these younger generations of not having these outlets, especially considering what happened with COVID. Not even being able to go to the park, it was illegal for you to go to the gym. It was illegal for you to even be in public. So to have that happen, now we're coming out of COVID, it's great that people like you and people like him and people even such as myself, that we create these new avenues for people to express themselves creatively.
Yeah.
And I think that is sort of the best way we can cure these problems, aside from obviously the financial conditions of it, you know what I mean? But if we don't start now, then it's just going to keep degrading.
Yeah, and also too, at the end of the day, it's like we're really not that different. If you're from California, even if you're in the United States, like at the end of the day, we're all pretty much the same.
We're human beings, bro.
Yeah. I mean, Cali, I think there's definitely a lot more things that we're similar on, like between Northern California and Southern California, than things that make us different. California compared to the rest of the United States, I think there's a big difference, you know what I'm saying?
Difference.
But I just wanted to include people. But yeah, I would agree that California compared to other states, there's big differences.
Because of our cultural diversity.
Yeah.
Because
and how
we
big
have
we are.
so many like minority groups that come from all over the world.
Yeah.
That have been here for a long time.
Not facts.
And I think that affects that, it's like just the demographics and the different. You can walk down one street and you hear the ice cream truck, and next thing you know, you hear the little bell, fucking elote, you know what I'm saying?
For sure.
And then next thing you know, you walk down the street, you can freaking smell Chinese food, or somebody, cursing at somebody in Armenian, and
Yeah.
somebody's now talking shit in Arabic.
Well, no, I
the next street over,
I've always, it didn't hit me until I thought about like kids in like the Midwest or whatever, or just places that aren't that diverse, and I'm just like, wow, like it'd be kind of crazy to go to school and be in an all white classroom, or like a all your same race classroom, or it's like California, man, that shit
That'll never happen.
I didn't,
but I feel like
not on some segregated shit, but just like it's like, damn, there's only white people that live in this state, like California is not like that. There's so many different cultures. It's a fucking melting pot, and that's why I love it.
I just was watching something like the top 5 states that have the whitest population, and I may have said that not the best, but the population has the most white folks.
Yeah,
you feel me? And there's states where the population is like as high as like 89 to 90%.
For sure.
And I feel like that's, I don't know, I feel like that's impossible, but I feel like it's crazy to like hear that knowledge. You feel me? Because it's like out here, I can't tell you the percentage of white folks. I for sure seen a lot of white folks, but I for sure seen way more minorities than white folks out here.
Yeah.
Like I could say that for sure, and that's not even to say like that's a good thing or a bad thing, but it is like we're a diverse state. And then I'm not 100% sure if I'm right on this, but somebody did tell me this, like California was like one of the last built states in the US, you feel me? Like I think it started from the east.
Yeah, definitely came to the west.
Yeah, you feel me? So with that being said, like it's kind of weird how if you go from the east like down to the south, like a lot of their shit is like still like the same that it was like 60 years ago. There are laws and shit like that, but you come this way, like our laws change almost every year. You feel me? Like gun laws and shit like that. Like we're like one of the only states where you can't have guns, like, you feel me, legally and shit like that and blah blah. But like, well, obviously you could have guns, but you know, the whole little permits and shit like that. But
yeah, man, I wouldn't want to be born anywhere other than California, man. I got mad love for Cali.
Shout out Cali.
If you guys have never been here, I would recommend coming because it's pretty fucking tight.
Shout out Cali.
I'm sorry, man.
I want to go everywhere else, bro. I love Cali too, and I don't feel like, obviously I ain't seen all of Cali, but I've seen, like, bro, from down, like, in the bottom part, like, once you're at the border, on up to, like, going towards Sacramento, passing that a little bit. Like, I've seen most of it.
Yeah.
Feel me? I haven't made all the way up to, like, what is that state? Like,
Oregon?
Yeah, I haven't made it
Washington,
to
Oregon up there.
Yeah, so I haven't made it all the way up there, but I did take, like, the whole drive up, bro. So it's like, I've seen a lot of this shit. It's beautiful, bro, but I want to go, like, I want to see New York.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Like,
I'm talking like those middle states where it's just like a whole bunch of just fucking nothing.
I've
you know what I'm saying? Where it's like no one really needs to go see them shits. I'm gonna be real, man.
Nah,
New York, Florida, Texas. That's pretty much all I'm trying to see.
Chicago? You don't want to go to Chicago?
Yeah, I see Chicago. I've been there, but yeah, not like that. But yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's like.
Did you go to the Golden Bridge?
Big cities in Chicago.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be real. The only time I went to Chicago was for a video that I was shooting for No Jumper, and we went to O Block. And that was
lit.
That was a one day, like, literally flew in that morning, flew out that night.
How was that?
It was fucking
hectic, I'm sure.
Yeah, it was hectic. It was super cold, I remember, but it was cool. I mean, we were riding around in like a bulletproof SUV. So I mean,
good.
that was like,
that's beautiful.
On one end, I felt secure, but then on the other hand, it's like, why do we have to drive around in this? You know what I'm saying? Right. Where it's like, so I didn't get to really check out like that, like the safe parts of Chicago, which I would probably prefer. But you know, it was definitely a once in a lifetime opportunity because I mean, how many times am I gonna get the access to O Block?
Right.
So, you know, and I documented it. So, yeah, if you guys want to go check that vlog out, it's there.
Yeah, I got to see that, bro.
Oh, yeah, man. Well, I appreciate you guys pulling up. This was like a healthy convo. I respect your guys' hustle.
Appreciate it.
Is there anything you guys want to plug before we wrap up?
Shit. I just say Roses For You out now on all streaming platforms. You could go grab that. Keep streaming. You feel me? If you want to hear new shit, just follow the page, T Groovy 808s. You'll see and hear a lot of new things. You feel me? And I'll plug you in with some better burgers, loud Lars, all of that. You know what I'm saying? Just talk to me.
Yeah, and if you guys are interested in recording any music, check out the Audio Lounge LA, you know, on Instagram, you know, and if you're trying to get some, you know, work done, contact me at itc2100, you know, on Instagram. Yes. Thanks again, you know, Trevor, for having us here. It's been an honor and a privilege, you know, being able to get up on this platform and, you know, just the discourse and the information we were able to share. It's valuable, you know, and I feel like we touched on a lot of great subjects. And, you know, thank you for your time, man.
Hell yeah, man. And I hope a young entrepreneur got some game because I feel like we dropped some gems.
Yeah.
So, you know, really at the end of the day, man, my key advice is just don't give up. It sounds really cliche, but just understand, like, doing your own thing, trying to run your own business, there's going to be a lot of times where you want to give up, where the shit's hard, the shit's going to get to you. But really, you know, the marathon continues for real. Like, you got to just keep going. So.
Can I say one more thing?
Yeah, what's up?
All right, so look, if you thinking about quitting your 9 to 5 to pursue a business, just know you're going to work 24/7. That's it, bro. So if you don't want to work 8 hours and be a person that is an employee to someone, I would suggest you understand that building your own brand, building your own business, that's going to take 25 hours a day.
And a lot more discipline than just clocking in at 8 in the morning or 9 in the morning and clocking out at 5.
When you don't get paid for your work, you don't get paid for your work.
You don't.
Real spill, man. Well, hey, Like, comment, subscribe. We'll see you guys after this. Take care.
Talk to him.